Hello. Okay, so we are continuing off from chapter 4 of Steins Gate, and yes, let's go. Though I will say it's been like 3 days, so we'll get a refresher once we're, playing the game. I scream at the absurdity. Daru and Kurisu give me exasperated stares, but I ignore them.
この俺がメシアだと？勘弁してもらいたいものだ。人類を救済するなどくだらないにも程がある。
That's right. John Titor was saying that we were kind of some savior that was gonna save the world, and we're not buying that.
俺はメシアとは正反対の資質を持つ狂気のマッドサイエンティスト法院京馬であり、幾多の修羅場をかいくぐり長年機関から逃れ続けてきたのだ。
But this guy is more concerned about being labeled as a good guy. Okay.
そんな俺が望むのは混沌。権力者を倒せば平和が訪れるとでも思っているのか。答えは否。断じて否だ。そんな夢物語を信じている脳みそがお花畑な奴にはそのまま死ねと忠告してやろう。
あのさ、マキセ氏、オカリンは一体どうしちゃったんだぜ？
Why is the view so blurry all of a sudden?
さあ、数時間前までジョン・タイターと熱心にメールしてたと思ったら急に静かになって、で30分くらい前からこんな状態。
Half an hour? What?
なんか今日のオカリンって全体的にヤバくね？
Yeah.
同意するわ。
聞け！そこのラボメン2人！これよりオペレーションウルドを再開する！
マジで？下に店長まだいるけど？
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
案ずるな。どうせブラウン管工房はそろそろ閉店の時間だ。
夜は電話レンジが作動しないはずでしょ？
やってみる価値はある。検証するのだ。何時まで電話レンジカッコ仮の作動を確認できるかをな。と同時にダル、それにクリスティーナ、お前たちには D メールによって過去を変えてもらう。
過去を？
That's right, because they don't know that it's being tested. I still don't believe in the many worlds interpretation or Titor's attractor field theory. Actually, I'm starting to doubt them more and more. If we want to know how the world works, we'll have to figure it out ourselves, and to do that we need to experiment. One thing I'm sure of is that the master's appearance in Akiba is related to D-mail somehow, and it's a strange connection between my memories and everyone else's. According to Tider, I have supernatural power, the one I called reading Steiner. My doubts about Tider's veracity aside, I do need to determine whether I am indeed the only person who keeps his memories when the past changes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why we need to get these
好
people
き
to
な
do
よう
it.
に過去を変えろ。ただし、なるべく分かりやすい形でだ。
Yeah. Preparations for the phone wave are complete. Dairo's eyes wander to the ceiling in thought. Next to him, Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and starts gathering her things.
私は帰る。今日の
She does
実験
not
結果
care.
は明日レポートで見せて。
Okay, sure. Yeah, maybe she's just tired, you know, maybe.
待て！
When I grab her by the shoulder, Kurisu nearly topples over. Yeah, she's definitely tired.
何すんのよ。
そのレポートは誰が書くのだ？
She's gonna say, like you, obviously.
岡部に決まってるでしょ。作戦立案者なんだから。被験者自身も実験中の所感なんかを書いておいてくれるとなおいいけど。
Kurisu glances at Daru.
過去改変には興味がないのか？あれほど実験に前向きだったではないか。
あんたね、昼間のことをもうきれいさっぱり忘れたわけ？私は。
だが実験が始まってからは乗り気だった。文句。
妄想を垂れ流さないで。
I twist my lips into a grin.
客観的に慣れていないぞ、クリスティ・セレセブよ。
いちいち言い直すのよ。
実験はすでに一度行われた。この俺が。
うわ、オカリン、抜け駆け行くない。
そうではない。過去を改変した結果、お前たちは改変前の一部の記憶を失ったのだ。
Yeah, they do not believe this guy, bro.
今日の昼間のこと？ロト6がどうとか急に言い出したけど。
そうだ。
I explained what happened earlier this afternoon.
それはひょっとしてギャグで言っているのか？
Well, duh.
本気だ。
マジっすか。
One good look at my face and Daru seems to understand that I'm not joking. Kurisu, on the hand, has a sour look, but she always looks like that. Why did everyone else lose their memories? Actually, did everyone else lose their memories? In order to find out, I need them to perform the same experiment.
うわ、オッケー。僕一つどうしても変えたい過去があるんだよね。
Oh my, it's definitely related to Ferris, isn't it? Daru is quick to adapt as always. We've known each other for a while. He trusts me implicitly. Or maybe he's just being faithful to his desires.
なんだ？ダイエットしろと1年前の自分に送るのか？
そんなメール来てもダイエットなんかしないし。
Daru tells me he wants to change the events of the Ferris Cup held at the May Queen plus Neon a few days ago. On that day, Daru got insta-killed by Ferris in a Rhinet Axis Battlers match. Yeah, I knew it was going to be about Ferris.
その結果を覆そうと？
フェイリスタンの作戦はほぼ完璧に覚えてるんで、その裏をつこうってことだよ。うわ、僕って頭良くね？
Ferris is probably too good for that to work. She'll just counter his counter strategy.
まあいい。誰よ。D メールを送る準備を。
よーし、僕頑張っちゃうぞ。
You've got mail. Mayuri. Mayuri won a magazine sweepstake once. Amazing, huh? You know the hero of Gun Bomb, City? I won an autograph from his voice actor. What is this? You're still reading an anime magazine? You're a true otaku. City, is he from the latest Gun Bomb? Okay, so this is supposed to be Gundam, huh? I haven't seen it. The original is the best anyway. Voice actor. I never knew Mayuri was a voice actor otaku. Sure, we'll send that. I wonder if you can actually email people for fun or not. Yeah, so you can't go on the net by yourself. But what if okay, what do you have yourself in your address book? Okay. Daru hunches over and starts typing out the mail, leaving me to input the forwarding address into the phone wave. I sit in front of the X68000 and take a look at my watch. It's 6:55 p.m. No way to know if the phone wave will operate at this hour. We haven't figured out the exact window yet.
あんた自身はどう考えてるの？記憶が。
しつこいぞ。ゾンビの異名は伊達ではないというわけか。
No, but what kind of question is that? Like, if I remember and you guys don't remember, well then obviously I remember. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
意味がわからない。
ゾンビは死してなお人に襲いかかってくる。実にしつこいのだ。
okay.
冗談はやめて。こっちは本気で話してるんだけど。
Kurisu's glare is scarier than usual. I might have wet myself a little there.
俺は D メールの送信先が鍵だと考えている。
As in, like, whoever receives the mail retains their memory, but that's not the case with Daru and the Akiba people disappearing and all that. Like, Daru didn't recall, like, Mr. Nakabayashi or whatever his name's conference actually being held. I actually think it is a thing just with Okabe. I actually think it is like Okabe. So I actually agree with Tighter there. Like, I know it's kind of insane, but I think that is the thing. Because otherwise it doesn't really make sense why he is the only one that has experienced it twice and has retained his memories from, like, the original world, which is like 2 worlds ago. But,
すな
yeah.
わち未来からのメールを受け取った人間。
Yeah, I disagree with that. Actually, that hypothesis doesn't explain the mass disappearance in Akihabara. That's what I just said. Of course, I still don't have concrete proof that the mass disappearance incident was related to the D-mail. We'll never know unless we experiment.
ダルの実験が終わったら次は。
嫌よ。
Kurisu replies empathetically.
私は送ら
Not
ない。
empathetically. I actually... she doesn't want to do
怖
this.
いのか。
そういう問題じゃない。
ならばタイムパラドックスのことを気にしているのか。
それもあるけど、どっちかっていうと個人的なポリシー。
A policy?
過去を変えるなんて卑怯な感じがするから。私がこれまでに蓄積してきた人生はたかだか18年だけど、それでもその記憶を。
なるほど。
なんでそうなる？これまでの自分を否定したくないの。
Okay, that's
た
fair.
とえ失敗ばかりだったとしても、それを含めて今の自分があるんだから。
That's fair, that's fair.
電話レンジカッコ仮が完全に問題を解決して実用化されても使う気。ジョン・タイターがタイムマシンを好きに使っていいと仮に青い猫型ロボットが机の引き出しから出てきてもそれを使わないと。
Kurisu nods firmly.
使わないわ。
だが実験は大好き。そうだな。
I guess.
好きで悪いか。
すなわち自分は高めの見物を決め他人を実験台にしてほくそ笑む。
Okay, I don't think that's what she's
あん
saying.
たね。
できたお。
Kurisu stalks towards me, but is pushed aside by Daru, who presents his phone with a triumphant grin. I take a look. Well, it can't be that long, can it? At Ferris Cup, enemy setup VLVVLVLL.
さっぱり意味がわ
Me
から
neither.
ない。
フェイリスタンのカードの配置だお。見ればわかるだろ、上
we're not all
皇。
otakus
オカ
like...
リンたちが疎いだけ。
Well, whatever. Preparations are complete. If this works, the mail will arrive at Daru's phone 52 hours ago. The discharge phenomenon occurs normally. I close my eyes to shield them from the lightning and sparks. The D-mail was sent. Daru should have received it 2 days ago. However,
そのことをなんで
why do I remember?
俺は。
When I sent a D-mail earlier this afternoon, everyone else forgot all about it. That's what I'm saying. It is literally just Rintaro Okabe. It's not like a... It's him. It's something about him. Like something about him being able to retain the memories. If Daru's D-mail changed the past, then the present should have changed too. Daru should be the only one who remembers that he sent a D-mail.
過去変わった？
Daru looks around him in confusion.
ちょっと待て。誰も覚えているんだな。
So I think the sender will retain their memories, but Okabe is just special.
え？何が？
Huh? Wait, he doesn't remember?
今 D メールを送ったことだ。
Daru nods. Then I turn to Kurisu. She answers before I ask.
覚えてるに決まってるでしょ。何バカなこと言って。
Okay, wait, so everyone remembers this time.
そうか。 岡部がさっき言ってたことが正しいなら。
ダル、お前フェイリス杯でフェイリスに勝てたのか？
わかんね
What do you mean you don't know? Lukako. What's Lukako's voice again? It's like really whispering, right? Mayuri-chan's obsessed with this anime called Rainet, so I rented it to see what it's about. I don't usually watch anime, and when I do, I prefer romance. But I found this anime to be pretty deep, even though it's aimed at children. I was surprised. P.S. I was so engrossed in Rainet I couldn't do any practice swings with Samidari. I'm sorry. Okay, Rainet? What in the long-ass attachment? Rainet Kakeru. Access number 2. On to the future. Rainet formation. Completely engrossed by their discussion, Kirari and Tamaru raised their voices. Just what sort of person is Kakeru? Kakeru is actually a warrior who protects the order of the internet, a net guardian. Kirari and Tamaru wanted to tell their friends how cool that was, but Kakeru forbade them due to the risk that he may have to fight with the culprit. At that time, they received news that the mystery hacker Beesman has attacked an online game server. Kakeru immediately challenges him using Nagaya-san's newly made Rainet card and the unique browser AlphaGate. The first use of new Rainet card. Despite his lack of experience, Kakeru successfully casts his Spoot spell. But just when Kakeru thinks he has easily won against the cracker, Beesman, who has complete control of the game server, overwrites the game system, sealing Kakeru deep within the game's loop dungeon. Kakeru is in danger. At that moment, somehow Kirari and Tamaru also server dive. They came to save Kakeru. Furthermore, these two are well versed in this game. As game players, they couldn't forgive the hacker who had taken over the server and toyed with the game players, so they decided to join forces with Kakeru. With their magnificent assistance and Kakeru's shoot ability, they successfully defeat Beesman, and when they do, suddenly an unknown chat window opens up on their monitor. It's a signal from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. By any chance, are they here to praise us? They think in delight, but the police turn to them and say, "You're under arrest." Holy plot twist! Now you're hooked on Rainet? Everyone around me is buying into this Rainet craze. How can it be so popular? Don't tell me it's an organization plot? Okay, this is the same thing, but the reply is, that's your problem right there. You can't waste time with romance fluff. If you have that much free time, you should practice with the Samidare. Yeah, I agree, you should practice with the Samidare. Instead of crazing about anime, you know.
勝てたらフェイリスの手料理とか言っていたはずだ。それは食べられたのか？手料理とは何だった？
わかんねえ。しょぼーん。
I checked our send history. As expected, the D-mail he sent isn't there. I do, however, find the D-mail in his inbox. He received it 2 days ago, just like we wanted. This is the same thing that happened when I sent my D-mail.
もしかして過去は変わってないんじゃないの？
ちょっとマユシに電話してみる。
He's the one who changed the past, yet he doesn't remember what happened after the change? That's odd.
あ、マユシ、まだバイト中だよね。じゃあさ、ちょっと聞いてほしいんだけど、僕ってこの前のフェイリス杯でフェイリスタンに勝ったっけ？負けたっけ？負けた？誰が？フェイリスタンが？僕が？
Daru's shoulders droop as he hangs up the phone.
その様子だと過去は変えられなかったみたいね。
なんで？オカリンは変えられたんしょ？
That's strange though.
橋田が送った勝つための方法って必勝法じゃないせいじゃない？有利になるってだけで。
No. Actually, listen to my hypothesis. Okay. So what I think is that each time Okarin has successfully changed the past, per se, everyone has to forget, and he's the only one that moves on, which is essentially that alternate world theory, right? Which is when you change the past, you're not actually changing the past, you're just moving to a different timeline where the past that you intended to change actually occurred. So you basically move into a new world. But for some reason, he retains his memories from the old world, but everyone else doesn't. So the fact that Daru doesn't remember and nothing has changed means that he hasn't moved to the other world, if that makes sense. I had the same thought. Ferris is supposedly a world-class player, but then there's also the fact that like what he sent wasn't enough to actually change the past, so it didn't matter anyway. So, you know, we don't know. That was a really badly controlled experiment, might I say. Daru's time travel cheat may not have been enough. Yeah.
最終的にフェイリスさんが橋田に勝ったから過去は変わらなかった。
そうだけどさ、ゲームの過程は変わるじゃん。
Hi, I can't hang around the afternoon, but have a good stream. Thank you so much. It's okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so did the past actually change the question?
たかがその程度ではダイバージェンスは揺らがないということかもな。
Yeah.
岡部が言うようにもっと分かりやすく過去が変わったって確かめられる改変にしないと実験の意味がない。
You have a great singing voice. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Have a great day too. See ya.
あ、いえ、別にこの実験に賛成ってわけじゃないけど。
いや、まだだ。まだ終わらんよ。
Daru starts typing another mail.
もう一度別のアドバイスを過去の僕に送ってみる。今度はもっと的確にフェリスさんに本気で勝てるようなアドバイスだを。
This simp is actually wasting our experiment time, dude.
そんなにも勝ちたいのか。
むしろそれほどまでにフェイリスの手料理を食べたいのだろう。
オカリンの答えでファイナルアンサー。
Oh my god, this guy. Daru writes another D-mail. I don't bother checking what it says. I won't understand it anyway. We activate the phone wave and send the mail through, just like before. What's up?
Oh?
Oh? Nothing happens, no discharge. Usually it happens 10 to 20 seconds after pushing the start button. The timer counts down to 0 without incident.
時間切れ？
おそらくな。
なんだよ。
やむを得ない。実験は明日に持ち越しだ。
I checked the clock and it's just past 7 p.m. Looks like that's the cutoff.
昨日ホテルに帰ってからずっと考えてた。
LHC と似たことが起きているのだよ。
電子レンジが LHC と同等の機能を持ってたら日本は一家に一台ブラックホール。
それは日本沈。
セルンがあまりに簡単にカーブラックホールを作ってるように見えるから感覚。そもそもブラックホールなんて人工的に作れるものじゃないし、家庭の電子レンジがブラックホールを作れると思う方がどうかしてる。
Tider's time machine is small enough to fit inside a car, and it makes black holes. Yeah, but that's not the point. Like, why is our microwave able to do this? Well, nobody else's microwave is able to do that. That's the point that she's making, dude. Well, that's what he said, at least. Now that I'm a little skeptical of Tider, I don't feel like bringing it up.
一つ言えるのは、電子レンジ単体じゃブラックホールは作れないということ。この電子レンジに何かが干渉して電子を注入してきているのは間違いない。
An outside source of electrons. What could that be?
さて、私は帰るから。これ以上むさ苦しい男。また明日。レポートまとめといてね。
Kurisu flings off her lab coat and hurries out the door. She was serious about the report?
ふむ。マキセ氏の
Bruh,
着て
this
いた白衣
creep.
か。
As Daru reaches for the lab
Dore?
coat to smell Kurisu's lingering fragrance, I grab him by the neck and pull him down hard. Yes, let's go, Okabe. You protect Kurisu.
ではないバカが。そんなくだらないことをしている暇があったら明日の実験でどうか。
Yes. Well done, Rentaro. There wasn't anything to do after Kurisu left. I tried operating the phone wave a couple more times before I went to sleep, but the discharge phenomenon simply would not occur. Now that it's the next morning and I'm sitting on the bench in front of the Bronze Tube workshop, it's still early, but it's already blazing hot. It's as if I'm baking in the sun. Sweat is dripping off my chin. We're supposed to be experimenting today, but not a single lab member has arrived yet. After waiting impatiently for a while, for the first person I see is Suzuha. Or Mr. Braun, maybe? Yeah.
あ、ずいぶん暇そうだな、岡部。
おはようございます、おかりんおじさん。
The Tennoji pair come in riding on a moped.
俺はおじさんではない。兄様と呼べ。
お父さん。
岡部、おめえうちの娘に何をふざけたことを吹き。
教育がなっていないのではないですか、ミスター・ブラウン。 その子が俺のことをおじさん呼ばわりするのを何とかしてください。
Have you written that report yet? For your information, I wasn't joking yesterday. If you blow this off, then you have no right to call yourself a scientist. May this be too much for a freshman like you to understand, but writing papers is part of being a scientist. Okay, let's see what this says. Let lesser men worry about such things. I have inventions to build and discoveries to make. I am not a mere scientist, I'm an insane mad scientist. If you're so confident in your superiority, then show me your power. Yep, let's get her to write it for us. That's exactly what we want. I don't want to write. Alright.
いいだろ別に。ないこんな野郎の言うこと。
The manager parks his moped and quickly enters the store. Sister Braun's about to follow him when... She turns her attention to the end of the street and instantly brightens up. Suzuha! I follow her gaze, and see Mayuri walking this way.
おかりおはようまゆりお姉ちゃん
Nai runs up to Mayuri with a happy smile. And without breaking stride, she jumps into Mayuri's chest.
なえちゃんおはようおはよ
They get along so well that you'd think they were sisters. Mayuri has the ability to get along with anyone, so it's not really a surprise. Nai avoids me and Daru, but she adores Mayuri, and always goes for a flying hug whenever she gets a chance. Daru sometimes complains about that. Okay, Daru was literally the biggest creep ever. What a lucky girl. I wish I could jump into Mayuri's chest like that. He's such a creep, bro. No, wait. Maybe it would better to have Nai-tan jump into my chest. His internal debate went on for hours.
うなえちゃんにこれあげるはいどうぞ
Mayuri takes some candy out of her convenience store bag and gives it to Nai.
うわーありがとうはいおかりにも
She offers me some, which I silently accept.
そこに座って何してるの
ラボメンが全員集まるのを待っているのだ。
おかりんおじさんは暇なの
Why would you, chipmunk? Why do you have to be so blunt? One of these days, I'll teach you to respect me.
違うよなえちゃんねおかりんはきっとなんか難しいことを考えてるああそうなんだ
Good job, Mayuri.
おかりんおかりんこの時間だと電話レンジちゃんはビリビリしないんだよねじゃあね焼きそばパンをチンしてもいいかな
ドアの部分を取っ払ったから温めるのは無理だ。
そうだったちなみにねおかりんは朝ごはん食べた
いや。
だったら一緒に食べる焼きそばパンは冷たいまま食べるとしてラーメン缶なら湯煎で温められるし
I've never heard of canned ramen.
なえちゃんも食べる朝ごはん食べてきたそっか
Nai waves and heads back inside the Brawn 2 workshop. Lured by the prospect of canned ramen, I go inside the lab with Mayuri. The stagnant air makes the room hotter than outside. It doesn't improve much even after we open the windows and turn on the fan.
ダルくんとクリスちゃんまだ来ないのかな
ああ、ラボメンとしての自覚が足りんな。
Just then, the sound of a braking bicycle comes from downstairs. Suzuha! When I look at the window, I see part-time warrior arriving. She immediately notices me, looks up and waves.
リーストゥットゥルーすずさん椎名まゆりトゥットゥル
They seem to have hit it off. Like I said, Mayuri gets along with everyone.
岡部倫太郎タイターはなんて
さあな。
I thought I dodged the question, but part-time warrior was persistent.
やる気ないな
聞いたが、奴の言うことが正しいかわからなくなった。
そうなのどの辺が
Why is she so flustered?
そうか。あのバイト戦士め。タイターオタか。
I guess there's no Taku for everything.
クリスちゃんだ
Oh, she's here. Mayuri leans out the window to wave her hand. Kurisu is walking towards the lab. That reminds me, doesn't Part-Time Warrior have something against Kurisu? I look at Suzuha. Her expression has changed dramatically. Now she's staring at Kurisu in complete silence. She doesn't move a muscle. It's like she's trying to start a fight with her glare. Kurisu is pretty stubborn too. She meets Suzuha's glare for glare. The two of them exchange a word or two in front of the building. For a second I'm worried that they might start throwing punches, but that doesn't happen.
クリスちゃんトゥットゥルー
Good morning.
下のバイトと何を話していたんだ？
Kurisu shrugs her shoulders.
別に大したことは。言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えって。
I don't think that's nothing. She's lucky that didn't lead to blows.
向こうは何と？
何も。悔しそうにうなってるだけだった。一体何なのかしら。
マキセ氏の人気に嫉妬してるに決まってるじゃん上皇。
Daru bursts into the lab.
本来なら私がラボ面ナンバー004になって3次元は恐ろしい。
ラボ面ナンバーなんて好きなだけ譲るけど。
なんだと？ラボ面ナンバーは某国において数千万円というレートで違法に取引されるほどの貴重な資格なの。
パスポートじゃあるまいし。そもそも某国。
みんな仲良くいられる方がねマユシーはいいな
Well, I don't really care about their little quarrel anyway. One thing interests me now, the mystery of D-mail. We begin experimenting immediately. Even though it's still morning, the electrical discharge occurs on demand. Things look favorable today. That reminds me, we haven't talked to Mr. Braun yet. Maybe we should come up with an excuse first. To be honest though, I don't really care what he thinks. For we are at a war against the organization and CERN, the dark powers that rule the world from the shadows.
安西先生、フェイリスタンの手料理が食べたいです。
Bro, this guy! He actually pisses me off so much, dude.
諦めたらそこで試合終了だよ
Unfortunately, Daru's second email fails to change the past. I get the feeling Rhinet matches are difficult to cheat your way out of like this. Not to mention, we're limited to 36 bytes of text. Looks like we're gonna have to give up on Daru. He's gone to Drownosaurus in the internet. Alright, so who do we experiment on? From the look of Kurisu's face, I don't think she's willing to change her policy. That leaves only one candidate. Mayuri!
マユリよ。次はお前に
マユシ変えてもいいの
Part-time warriors, Akihabaras. Akihabara's such a strange town. Everywhere I look, I see cute drawings of cute girls. Some of them even have their breasts fully exposed, which startled me. Coming here has been a real culture shock. It's amazing how peaceful Japan is. Right, let's see what these replies are. Unfortunately, MOE has become the symbol of Akihabara and the chaos that rules here. Get used to it. Culture shock. Can't imagine how that would shock someone who isn't prepared. I agree, it's all because of the organization's efforts to stupefy Japan. Let's talk about the culture shock. Okay.
でもね
Mayuri looks stumped as she slurps her canned ramen.
何を変えるあそれじゃあねこういうのはどうかな
Okay,
ル
yeah,
カ
but
君
like
に
how?
マユシーのコスを着ても
どうやって？
ルカ君にメールを送るとかだよ
That's not gonna do anything, bruh.
もっと簡単でわかりやす。
She slurps more ramen.
そのラーメン缶を使おう。
Looks like I'm the only one with ideas.
1時間前のマユリに D メールを送るのだ。今日はおでん缶が食べたい。
そんな誘導に乗るほど単純なこと。
わあそれねすごくいいかも
え？
今日もね自動販売機の前で10分くらい
つまり後押しがあれば。マユリは？
わかった
Mayuri starts shoveling the ramen into her mouth.
食べておかないと。
もったいないもん
あ、そうね。
Kurisu clearly doesn't know what to say. Mayuri really is a ditz. I'm used to it by now, of course. I get the phone wave prepped for the D-mail. The contents of my email is simply... Oh my gosh, my English. The contents of my Yuri's mail is simple enough. Canned Odin, piping hot and delicious. I just hope it actually works. We wait for Mayuri to finish eating her canned ramen and then prepare to activate the phone wave. I send it to 1 hour back. We input 1 hash. In other words, we set the microwave for only 1 second. I wonder if the discharge phenomenon will occur in such a short span of time. That's something else we'll have to learn from this
電
experiment.
話レンジカッコ仮起動
あー、
I
メール
haven't
ま
sent it
だ
yet.
送れてないよ。
There wasn't enough time to blink.
1秒じゃ放電現象は起きないか。
これって例えば事前に暖気みたいなこと。
暖気？
What does he mean?
つまりさ、1秒じゃ放電現象は起きないわけっしょ。だから事前にメールを送らずに30秒ぐらいレンジ動かしとくんだお。
Oh, so send the mail 30 seconds in.
その後間を置かずにタイマー1秒でもう一度動かす。そしたら1秒でも放電現象起きそうじゃね？
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
根拠は？
ネス。
What is he yapping on?
マユリよもっと
じゃ
お前は昨日
あ、おかか。
即答？
Impressive.
だからね、おかかを。
Maybe we should find another test subject.
明太子にしようよ。
Something tells me you're gonna have to look outside the lab. I go for a walk to clear my head. After lunch at King Burger, a Burger King, I grab coffee at the Starbucks on the first floor Yodobashi. I cannot read these fake brands' names, bro. My brain doesn't want to. I left Mayuri and the others at the lab. I need some time to get my thoughts in order. I recall what happened when I sent myself the Loto 6 numbers. The moment I saw that D-mail, I felt a strong tremor and then the world, as I knew it, changed slightly. The fact that I sent a D-mail had been undone. I know that because it disappeared from my sent history. However, it's in my inbox. The email had definitely reached the past. What does this mean? The mail was received but never sent. Isn't that in itself a time paradox? Is that the reason why everyone else lost their memories? Why did that happen? The butterfly effect? That's not an answer. Changing the past changed the world. Tyler spoke of divergence. When divergence changes, are people's memories reconstructed to match the new world line? Then how come I remember the previous world line even after the past changes? My deliberations are interrupted by an incoming mail. I don't have time for this. It's a mail, so I can just reply to it later or concentrate on my coffee. I want to read the mail! All these mails. No doubt about it. It's got to be Kiryu Moeka, the male demon known as Shining Finger. How can she be so shy in real life and so persistent in email? There's definitely something wrong with that woman. I agree, dude. I sigh and open my mail reluctantly. Can I send a D-mail to? She might be our subject.
何
Please reply. I'm a lab mem too, right? Pretty please? What? She wants to send D-mail? That reminds me. Yesterday I made Moeka lab member 005. That means she's qualified to participate in our experiments. Moeka seems serious, so she might meet my demands. Most importantly, all the other lab members are completely useless when it comes to D-mails. I still haven't been able to verify whether or not I can keep my memory, whether or not I can keep my memories if someone else changes the past.
いやしかし
I'm worried. Moeka works for an editorial company. In other words, she's related to the media. What if she sends an email and leaks word of the time machine? We'd be flooded by press. Gone will be the days of lurking in the shadows. My location will be exposed to the organization. Of course, sooner or later we'll have to announce our findings to the world. But in that case, I'd rather choose a national newspaper or TV network to cover that event rather than some shady magazine. That way, it'll spread faster through Japan. Nay, the world. Either way, something tells me it's better not to go public through Moeka. However, Moeka is a lab member. Yesterday, we told her everything about the phone wave and D-mails. Moreover, we made her one of us. It was necessary to buy her silence. Realizing that I have no reason to deny Morika her request, I put my phone to my ear.
俺だ。ああ、少しばかり迷っている。電話レンジカッコ仮の実験にバカな。あの女を生贄に捧げろというのか。
Oh, he's talking to
いや、
himself.
問題ない。むしろああ、これは俺にとってむしろ典型とも言える申し出。
It's
ま
decided.
さにシュタインズゲートの選択となるだろう。
I type a reply to Moika's
エル
mail.
プサイコングルー。
Indeed you are. Lab member 005 Shining Finger. Report to the lab at once. After saying it off, I hurry back to the lab. When I got back to the lab, Moika is squatting at the bottom of the staircase. Since she's not sitting on the bench, I guess that crouching while holding her knees... I guess that crouching while holding her knees is that particular woman's favorite position. She's staring at her phone like usual. When she notices me approaching, she slowly stands up. But she doesn't look at me.
ありがとう。
何がだ。
I know it's selfish, but I really need to send an email.
別にわがままとは思っていない。
Once we enter the lab, I get all the lab members to stop what they're doing, and then tell them about Moika's situation.
いいと思います。萌香さんもラボ面だもんね。
Daru and Kurisu don't object either.
で、桐生氏はどんなメールを送るつもりなん？
俺からの要望としては過去が変わったか。
I'm sorry, there's one more thing. I want to keep my message secret. Why does she have to explain every little thing with mail? No, more importantly...
内緒だと。どうい。
何？どうし
It's private. It would be embarrassing if everyone knew.
いや、そういう問題ではなかろう。
Kurisu peeks at my phone from beside me.
気持ちはわからなくはないけど、これはあくまで実験だと割り切ってデータの収集を優先すべき。
ほう。珍しく意見が一致したな、助手よ。
別にあんたに同意したわけじゃない。データを収集しないと電話レンジの仕組みがいつまで経っても解明できないって思ったからよ。
でも女の子にはね、誰にも言えない秘密をね、自分だけ。
くわ、まさかこれって。
落ち着けダル。
I love when we shut down Daru, dude. I turn to Mayuri and Moika, who appear to have formed some kind of mainstream girl alliance.
メールの内容にプライベートに深く関わることを書けと強制した覚えはない。
Kurisu nods firmly at my words. Looks like she doesn't intend to join the mainstream girl alliance.
私的な内容を送りたいにしても今はまだ見送るべき。私的な内容は少なくとも非公開にしたいという話は受け入れられないわ。第三者にメールを見せてその内容について問題ない。
俺が言いたいことは全て助手が言ってくれた。
あんたの意見を代弁したわけじゃないから勘違いしないで。そもそも実験においてはプライバシーよりもデータが優先される。被験者になるならその覚悟は必要よ。
Don't tell me that's the reason Kurisu won't send a D-mail herself.
そうなの？まゆ、ごめんね。クリス。
別に謝らなくても責めてるわけじゃない。一般論を言っただけ。
I imagine some people might take issue with that statement, but I'll refrain from saying anything. I'd rather not get my head chewed off right now. Moika's expression doesn't change. Same as always, I don't know what she's thinking.
お前はすでにラボメンだ。俺たちを信用してもしできないというのならばお前
Okay, shut up. Moika's already typing on her phone. My threat was ineffectual, it seems. Can I see the emails you've sent so far? I want to use them as reference.
送信履歴は？
ない。 というと語弊があるな。送信履歴は消えてしまうのだ。
I confirmed that after I sent the email yesterday, Moeka was there, but she doesn't remember either. I don't need to see the history, and I'll show you the message before I send it. Is that okay? Looks like she understands. I showed the mail to Kurisu too.
萌香さん、無理しないでね。
Is that supposed to be encouragement? Mayuri sounds concerned for some reason.
じゃあさ、どんな内容を送るん？そもそも
何を言う。
案はある。
Moeka murmurs.
ほう、これは期待できそうだな。具体的に説明を頼む。
Moeka then invokes her powers once more. Ultra fast typing, the power known as Shining Finger. About 4 days ago, I brought a new phone. But now that I've tried it, I think I should have stayed with the old one. So I want to use a D-mail to tell myself not to buy a new phone. If I do that, the phone I'm holding will change, won't it?
シャイニングフィンガーは実に有能だな。まさにラボ面の鏡。
This should make it easy to tell whether the past has changed. Looks like the 3 useless members have no objection to Moeka's superior idea. We look at Moeka's phone. It's purple and gaudy. There's no strap. It's not like the Deco phones popular among mainstream women nowadays.
お、それって先月出たばっかの GG01？
GG01？
最新機種だよ。確か液晶部分が今品薄でどこ行っても入荷。
It's the most popular model, but she wants her old one back? I guess hardcore phone users have other concerns beside fashion.
では指圧しよう。
ねえねえ、
それが桐生萌香の力に。
Moeka shakes her head expressionlessly.
何？嫌だというのか？能力。
萌香さんはね、
眉しネタにマジレス過去。
ネタではない能力名だ。
くだらないこと言ってないで。準備するわよ。
Damn it. You're just an assistant. Don't boss us around.
ブラウン店長に何か言われたらどうする？
ミスター。
マジで？オカリンかっけー。
実は口だけだったりするんでしょ。
I'll be the adult and ignore Kurisu's insults. Moeka has already written her 36-byte mail, and when I look at Moeka to see she's ready, she nods faintly. We set the timer to 100 seconds. The D-mail should arrive at Moeka's phone 4 days ago, July 31st.
電話レンジカッコ仮。起動。
About 15 seconds after activation, the discharge phenomenon occurs. I glance at Moeka. She nods grimly, an unusual show of emotions. And then she presses the button. Oh, wait, the thing happened. Does anyone remember, though? That's the question. The world twists into an unrecognizable shape. The floor is shaking. Or is it just me? My vision blurs and loses color. The world lurches. I struggle to keep my balance. As I brace myself against further shaking, I try to analyze what I'm experiencing. This is far more intense than what happened when we sent the D-mails yesterday. And yet, I felt it before. I remember. This is what I felt right before the mass disappearance phenomenon. The shaking stops. I relax my body and look around. Has the past changed? Of course it has. The bizarre sensation just now was proof. I look around the room. The phone wave, which should have about 90 seconds left of the timer, is silent. Daru's here, Mayuri's here, Kurisu's here. Where's Moeka?
指圧師はどこに行った？
Daru and Kurisu, who are discussing something in front of the X68000, look at me strangely. Again. This feeling of wrongness. It's the same as yesterday.
指圧師？
オカリン、日本語で OK。
I leave the development room and check the lounge behind the sofa, in the dressing room, the bathroom, and the shower room. I look out the window in the street below. But Moeka is nowhere to be found. She's gone. No way. This is exactly what happened on the streets of Akiba. Why did she disappear? Because I experimented on her? Where did she go? Did I erase her? Okay, no, can we just send an email to check if she's alive? Like, come on. I start quivering in the horror at the magnitude of my error. In a daze, I step up to Mayuri, who's eating a banana. I grab her shoulders and shake her.
桐生萌香は今の今まで桐生萌香だ
Dara and Kurisu give me strange. Do they not know who she is anymore?
それ誰？
聞いたことない。
そんな
So, I did erase Mo because no, wait. Is she in our contact still? She's still here. What do you mean she's gone? She's still here. She's not gone. No, that can't be. I won't accept that I killed her.
岡部、まさかも。
またってどういう意味だ
昨日も似たようなことがあった。私たちの、そうそう、リーディングシュタイナー。
What? Yes, that's the name I gave to this phenomenon, or rather my ability to perceive it. When the word light changes, everyone's memories reconstructed to match. That's what John Titor said. But somehow I alone retain my memories even after the past changes. I named this power Reading Steiner. Kurisu remembered. To tell the truth, I just made it up out of thin air. But now that Moika has disappeared, I want to believe that this power is real. It's only their memories of Moika that disappeared, not Moika herself. Yeah, right? I need to contact Moika. I need to make sure I didn't erase her existence. But I don't know her phone number. This is the only way to contact her. I sent her a message saying, reply the second you read this email. And now all I can do is wait for her reply. Please, reply.
オカリン、大丈夫？顔真っ
あ
In
あ
fact,
大丈夫だ
I'm anything but fine. I'm fighting desperately to deny the possibility that I might have erased Moika from existence.
助手よ
今、実験をしたことさえ覚えてない。たった今。
ああただし昨日とは少し状況が違う D メールを送ったのは俺ではなく桐生萌香だ
And then she vanished into thin air. Which reminds me, when I sent the Lotto 6 mail yesterday, Daru teleported from the development room to the lounge. Right. Moika might not have disappeared, she might have just teleported somewhere. I hope that's it. In an attempt to calm myself down, I check my phone's history for the mails Moika and I have exchanged. That's strange. The mails she sent me are there up until the ones I received on July 31st at 12:43. But after that, the dozens of mail I remember receiving from her are gone. The D-mail she sent to cancel the phone model exchange was sent to arrive on July 31st. Did a time paradox erase Moika from existence the second she received the D-mail? I shiver when I realize I can't find any problems with the hypothesis. No way. It can't be. I mean, all her D-mail said was don't change phone models. That's harmless, right? But then, what caused Moika to disappear from the room like that? Why does it look like Moika vanished 4 days ago?
クリスティーナもし仮に
わからない。タイムパラドックスを経験した人間。
以前世界が消えるというようなことを言って。
あくまでそういう説もあると言っただ。もしかしたら何も起きないかもしれないし、某映画みたいにドクター・ホーキングは時間順序保護仮説でタイムパラドックスが起きる可能性の行為はそもそも実行不可能だとしてるし。
So all we have is theories.
あのね、今もマユシーやオカリンたちが萌香さんっていう人もね、マユシーは知らない。
さすがマユシ。
マユシーはアホの子じゃないよ。
I'm amazed that Mayuri and Daru can have such a carefree conversation despite all that has happened. They don't realize the gravity of the situation. We might have erased someone's very existence. In fact, if Moika really has vanished, then that means the phone wave is also responsible for the mass disappearance phenomenon I witnessed in Akihabara. What if I erased all those people? I don't want to consider such a frightening possibility, so I desperately shake the thought out of my head. Oh, she's still alive. What's wrong? I'm kind of busy, sorry. I'll email you later. My body's gone limp from relief. Reply. She sent a reply. Moeka still exists. She didn't disappear. Relief washes away my fear. My eyes filled with tears, not because I was worried for Moeka, but because I thought I might be responsible for the horror of erasing someone's existence.
何が起きたか説明して、岡部。
Urged by Kurisu, I explained everything that had just happened.
今、この場からその、桐生なんとかさん。
どういうことだ？
詳しい経緯はわからないけど、過去を改変したことで、今回の場合は7月31日以降、今日までの4日間の桐生さんのその結果、今この時間には桐生さんはラボには来なかったというふうに再構成された。
So that's why it looked like she teleported? Okay, but the thing is, even if her actions changed because she got a new, like she didn't get a new phone, she should still be emailing us about the PC, right? But like all the emails are gone too. Unless it's because she was using the new phone to send the emails, but I don't know. I'm reminded of the teleporting gel banana, but I guess it's not the same thing. Moeka didn't become a jelly man after all.
そんなことありえるん？
なんとも言えない。D メールを送った事実も抹消されてしまうなら、その D メールはそれともう一つ。
何？
リーディングシュタイナーのこと。ちなみにその造語、恥ずかしいからやめた方がいい。
I agree.
お前の個人的見解は必要ない。
I'm finally able to joke with Kurisu again. Well, maybe she wasn't joking, but that's none of her business.
さっきのあんたの説明じゃ、D メールを送ったのも受け取ったのもあんたじゃなかった。なのに、でもこれってあんたのただの妄想じゃない？
脳内嫁ですね。わかる
な。お前のような変態紳士と一緒にされたくはない。
桐生さんって人はもともと存在しなかった。
I fall to my knees and press my head against my left eye. What is he doing, bro?
オカリ、
My Yuri peeks anxiously at my face, but I lightly push her aside.
ダメだ。
でもオカリ、すごく苦し
釣りっしょ。
そうよね。
この魔眼がある限り俺はこのだがそれでもこのラボだけは守ると誓ったのだ。
I kneel and press my head against the floor.
魔眼よ。
And then I take a deep breath and gradually remove my hand from my left eye. My Yuri rubs my back.
オカリ、
Okay, we're done. Are we done with that?
もう
Thank you. Thank you.
大丈夫だ。
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This guy is so annoying at times. I stand up, then I shoot Kurisu with sharp glare.
何よ。
クリスティーナ、すでにこれまでの実験で俺のリーディングシュタイナーは
はいはい、12秒12秒。
え？
ん？
なんで私に注目してんのよ。見るの禁止。
In any case, I've successfully deflected Kurisu's questions about reading Steiner. I don't feel able to answer right now. My emotions are jumbled, as they were after Tider called me the Messiah. Is this power real? If it is, then what does it make me? An unknown power sleeps within me. The thought that sends a chill down my spine. But it's literally real. I sit on the bench in front of the Brawn 2 workshop staring into the night sky. I try sorting out what happened this afternoon, but it's impossible. The more I think about it, the more confused I get. And then I hear footsteps coming down from the second floor. Soon Mayuri and Kurisu emerge.
帰るのか？
岡部ってずっとここに泊まり込んでるの？
まあな。 マッドサイエンティストたるもの研究
形から入るのって良くないと。
でもね、この場所ってとっても便利だよね。そしたらバイトに行くのもすぐだもん。ねえねえクリスちゃん。
男性陣がいないのなら OK。
それは無理だ。
だったらまゆりさん、私のホテルに来たら。
そういえばそんな約束し
いつでも言ってくれていいから。それじゃあ。
Kurisu waves goodbye and starts walking in the opposite direction from Akihabara Station. Mayuri doesn't move from that spot. Instead, she starts her usual thing. Stardust handshake. She looks up to the night sky, raising her hand as if to grasp at the stars. And with perfect timing, a shooting star comes across the sky.
ねえオカリ。
ああ、流れ星だな。願い事はしたか？
Mayuri doesn't answer. She keeps gazing at the sky.
オカリンって小学生の頃。
何を突然言い出すんだ？
It was about 10 years ago, at the turn of the century when the world was in uproar over Y2K. Near the end of 1999, I had a fever of nearly 40 degrees Celsius that lasted about a month. I didn't recover until the new year. At least that's what I've been told. I don't remember it myself. According to my parents, I was unconscious the whole time, tossing and turning. The doctor said it was a miracle I didn't die. Because of that fever, I didn't get to experience the Millennium Countdown event. They never figured out what caused it either.
あの時ね、マユシーはオカリンが死んじゃうんじゃないかって思う。だからね、おばあちゃんと一緒にお空に祈ってたの。
Elsai Congroove.
オカリン死なないでって。
Yeah.
この俺が死ぬはずがないだろう。何しろ10年前の時点で俺はトーマス・エジソンに匹敵する IQ170 の頭脳を持つマッドサイエンティストだったのだからな。
Actually, I'm not sure what Edison's IQ was. Okay, what if that fever was what caused his powers?
そうだったんだ。オカリンってすごいんだね。
I don't know whether there is like supernatural elements to this or not. So, yeah.
でもね、まだちっちゃかったマユシでね、大晦日、流れ星はね、消える前に3回願い事を唱えることができたら、
Of course,
願いが叶うんだよ。
that's the most common of common
知ってたか
knowledge.
な？もちろんマユシーは一生懸命3回唱えたの。
Then Mayuri lowers her hand and turns to me. Hello, Mayuri. What's good? On her face is a soft smile.
次の日、年が明けた頃にね、オカリンは熱が下がって目を覚ましたのです。
Hey, yo, maybe Mayuri's the one with powers, dude.
つまりマユシーはオカリン。
いや違うな。そうなのだ。
そっか。
Mayuri looks a little disappointed.
ねえねえ、熱が下がった時ね、急に見ているものがぐにゃぐにゃしてきて、立っていられなくてフラフラして、んで体がビクってなったって。
Isn't that what happens when we time travel? So you're telling me we've been time traveling since a kid?
さっきのオカリンもね、大丈夫？また
The concern on her face is so
熱出して倒れ
sincere.
たりしない？
Looks like she's worried about my reaction to Moeka's disappearance. Jeez, my hostage is worrying about me. I find myself give her a rye
How
How do you say that word, dude?
何も心配ない。
Rye? As I brush her worry off with a shrug, I think back to what happened 10 years ago. When I woke up from that fever, the first thing I saw was Mayuri's crying face. She's right. I vaguely remember describing my collapse that way. And come to think of it, it does seem to match what I felt a few hours ago with the reading Steiner activated.
そうか。この
So
俺の
that's the
孫
choice
が
is Steins Gate.
まさにあの時
I really
に
was born with this
好み
power.
に宿った
No
のだ
wonder
な。
John Titor thinks I'm the Messiah. My maniacal laughter echoes into the night. Next day. The next day, the lab gets an unusual guest.
お邪魔します。
おお、ルカシじゃんか。
こんにちは、橋田さん、岡部さん。
ルカ子、妖刀さみだれを持ってこないとは何事だ。今日お前が来ると聞いて、俺は殿下の宝刀ミストルティの封印を解いたというのに。
すみません。今から取りに戻りますから。
いや、もういいんだ。サミダレとミストルティンの開口、
I
ま
look
た
at
も
the
お預
window
けか。
with an expression of melancholy.
つうか、ポン島と北欧神話の魔剣って釣り合わなさ。
僕、どうしたら。
ルカ子よ、
すみません。
こんな調子では使い物になるまでに。どうだ、なんだった。
僕が。
Lukaku stares at me blankly.
でも僕、どんくさいですし、科学とか機械とか、それでもいいですか。
なんだ、前入りと変わらないではないか。
ルカ君ならね、大歓迎だよ。でもね、ルカ君をラボメンにするなら、マユシーはオカリンに一つ条件があるのです。
Mayuri forces her way between us as if to protect
っ
Lukaku.
ていう条件。
She's the one who called Lukaku here. They're classmates.
それと、ルカ君はね、今日はマユシーのお客様。マユリちゃん。でも僕、コスプレはするつもりはないから。サイズが合ってるかどうかの確認だけだよ。
Looks like Mayuri forced him to come. As far as she's concerned, pretty boys exist only to make her cosplay fantasies come true.
じゃ
Mayuri shows off the costume she made.
ライネットのキラリちゃんだよ。
Is it just my imagination, or is that fit pretty skimpy? I don't know if it's his first time seeing it, but Lukaku just stares at the costume dumbfounded.
とりあえず完成度は 70% ってところなんだけど。ここで着るの？
Luka glances at me and Daru and then looks down to hide his blush.
無理だよ。お願い。
Here's where I, as Lukaku's master, ought to help out.
我が弟子よ、衣装というのは己を変革する。
岡部さんまでそんなこと。僕、
Bruh.
こんな恥ずかしい格好。
そこで恥ずかしがるからダメだ。
そうだよ。
それにマユリはお前に来てもらう。眠る時間も大好物のバナナを胃袋に入れる時間、その努力には報いるべき。
そうですけど。
The good-natured Lukaku was already bending to the power of my words.
さあさあさあ、ルカ君。ちょっと待って。
Mayuri grabs Lukaku's arm and drags him to the changing room.
ほら、恥ずかしい。まゆりちゃん、そんなところ。でもね、これって着るのにこそ。お願いだから。
すごく
Yuri.
ゆりです。
違うな。
ということは逆領辱ですか。むはー。
His
実に
imagination
けし
knows
から
no
ん。
bounds. This guy, bruh. A few minutes passed and out comes Mayuri first. She looks satisfied.
ルカ君。ほら、
Lukaku doesn't make an
恥ずかしがらず
an
に出て
appearance,
きてよ。
even when Mayuri calls him. Are you just waiting? Hello? Finally, a nervous Lukaku comes out of the dressing room. Oh my days! Lukaku looks like he's about to cry. I can already see the tears forming. Isn't that a skirt a little too short? Those bare legs are truly captive. Oh my god. I'm looking at a guy's legs. What the hell am I saying? Why are his legs shaved? What's going on here, Lukako?
眉しわ感動恥ずかしい。あのね、可愛いは正義なんだ。わけがわからないよ。
さすがは眉氏の仕事だな。服も3次元においてはフェイリスタン最強説を唱えている僕だけど、
オカリンの感想はどうかな。
When urged to talk, I nod vaguely. I'm fascinated, but it's mortifying to admit that. Lukako is Lukako, and yet Lukako is a man. Male. A man shouldn't be fascinated by another man. I whip out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。今強烈な精神攻撃を受けている。いや、まさか秋葉にはまだこれを分かっている。まだこの街を奴らの手に渡すわけにはいかない。
I catch my
これが
breath, put
シュ
away
タイ
my
ンズゲー
phone,
トの選択なの
and
だ
turn
な。
back and
エ
smile
ルクサ
at
イコング
Lukako.
ル。
And the others were staring blankly at me.
ルカコよ。
キラリちゃんは刀は持たないよ。
My Yuri in high spirits makes Lukako
ル
hold
パ
the
を
Upa
持つ
cushion.
とぴったりだ
His
よ。
lips tremble as he reluctantly accepts the cushion. He clearly doesn't know what to do with it.
機関による魔の手はこの秋葉にまで迫ろうとしている。
I pretend not to notice Lukako's distress.
お前はこの混沌渦巻く首都を守るわかるか。
But Luka's a guy? Yeah, Luka is a guy,
故に俺
bro.
は常にお前に厳しく接しているのだ。
そうなんです。
And a protagonist guy, Okabe is just teasing him so much too.
そうだとも。
その下品な笑いやめたら。外まで丸聞こえだぞ。恥ずかしい。
The Kurisu enters the lab with those remarks. She's coming in late, like she's a company executive or something.
クリスチャン、トゥットゥルー。
やってくるなりこの俺に生意気な口を叩くお前は。
助手じゃない。何度も言わせる。だいたい痛い毛で気弱そうな女の子をおもちゃにして調子に乗ってるなんて最低だわ。そう思わないの？
Part-time warrior, too much free time. But I'm so bored. There's nothing to do here all day. At least the pay is good. Don't tell the boss I said that. I've been polishing my bicycle at work, okay? I'll get fired. I hope you understand. We're in this together, right? Bored. What do you mean, but? What are you talking about? What? The Brawn 2 workshop pays well? Maybe I'll apply for a part-time job in September. Huh. You made a fatal mistake. You expose your own weakness to me. I'll be saving this trump card for the critical moment. I'll be replying to that.
痛い毛で気弱そうな女の子。
いちいち反応するな、変態。
That's right. Christina doesn't know Lukako's a guy. Correcting it is a pain, so I don't say anything.
それにしても
クリスティーナよ。ルカ子の全身を
Steins gate in this
下から上
economy.
へと寝め回すようにして見つめるのはよせ。
してないわよ、そんなこと。
クリスちゃん、どうかなこのコス。ルカ君にすごく似合ってるって思うでしょ。
Stretch. Thank you, thank you. I still can't believe, like, my Yuri would make something like this. I can't lie.
これが噂に聞くジャパニメーション文化の一つ、コスプレなのか。とてもキュートね。
Bro.
キュートだなんて。そんな。
Does he not like being called cute? Like, okay, have you seen his normal outfit where he literally wears, like, an off-the-shoulder shirt, basically exactly like this with bows on it, and he's like, I don't want to be called cute. Are we for real? Lukako's eyes get wetter and wetter.
どうしてそんなに悲しそうなの？あなたはとても可愛いんだから、もっと。
Bro. The damage that Kurisu is doing to Luka because she doesn't know he's a guy is so funny. Carissa doesn't know, so she's not doing it intentionally, but I guess that makes things complicated for Lukako. I should change the topic for Lukako's sake. While I am a mad scientist, I also happen to be a perfect gentleman. I come back with my hair, but with my I comb my hair with my fingers.
お前の望みを聞こう。
ハイパーアクロバティックな会話のつな
聞けルカコ。思考は具象化する。そしてこの日本は言霊の国。一旦下にお前も晴れてオタク世界の住人となった今、はっきりのそうすればこの地の混沌がシュタインズゲートの選択に。
僕の願い。
Lukako puts his hands together in front of his waist and bends his head slightly to the side, his cheeks turn light pink. His bashful, squirming appearance with wet, upturned eyes would make anyone who saw him either want to hug him real tight or smack him upside in the head. It's that damn powerful.
聞いても笑いませんか。
No promises here, dude.
恥ずべきことは何もない。堂々と。
そりゃ世界を混沌にうんたらとか言ってるバカにくら
そこの助手。人の
マユシーの願い事はね、美味しいものをお腹いっぱい。
マユリには聞いていない。
マユシーのお願いもショタインザゲートに後押し。
ショタインザゲートってその間違い方神レベル
Yeah,
だ
let's
ろ
ignore
う。
Daru.
なんかそこはかとなく。
Lukako puts his hands to his mouth and casts his eyes down. The same gesture as a female junior confessing her love to a male senior student under cherry tree, like, you know, like, actually, I was just thinking.
えっ
Oops, I misclicked.
彼女は何を言ってるの？
Is there a log feature in this game? Because I didn't read that. No, okay, cool. We pretend it's okay. That was not important.
助手でもクリスティーナでもないと言った。
お前は決定的な間違い。
間違い？
わからないかクリスティーナ。わからない
Actually,
だろうな。
let's Google it.
それはお前の目が邪念で曇っているからに他ならない。
B and mouse wheel up. Thank you. Okay, does that work? Oh, okay, lovely. What did I miss? Okay, you promised not to laugh. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You, assistant, what kind of person laughs at the wishes? Blah, blah, blah. And, okay, Itaru, oh yeah, I forgot Itaru is, Daru. Yeah, anyway, so. Lukako puts his hands to his mouth and casts his eyes down, and I read that. Cuteness overload, must resist. I want to be a girl. What? Kurisu is the first to react. Her expression is one of utter confusion. Well, that's only natural. Not even I expected that, so I accidentally swallowed my mwahahaha. I don't really like how I look. I always thought that if I were a girl, I could be a little more confident. He has no confidence in himself. He's prettier than any girl here, and yet he has no confidence. I'm well aware the reason for this is because he's a guy. Wait a sec. Kurisu starts rubbing her temples. What did she say? Assistant of mine. No, Christina. Okay, yeah. Don't you understand? No, of course you don't. How could you with impure thoughts clouding your eyes?
どういうことよ？
ならば教えよう。お前はここにいるルカ子のことを
Oh my god.
痛い気で気弱そうな。こいつは女の子ではない。
何の冗談だそれ？
冗談も何も。アカシックレコードにも明記してある揺らぐことなき真実だ。
Carissa looks at Daru and Mayuri as if seeking help, but they nod with a knowing look in their eye. As for Lukako himself, he just hangs his head in shame.
これは
え？
え
Kurisu suddenly turns away as if to avoid my gaze, then she walks up to Lukako.
漆原さん、岡部の言ってることは本当なの？
はい、僕男です。
嘘だ、こんな可愛い子が男の子のはずが。
いや逆、それを言うならこんな。
そういう意味で言ったんじゃなくて。
Does that mean Kurisu knows the meaning of the phrase behind someone this cute can't be good? I don't even get that reference, to be fair with you. So she's not a channeler.
ルカ子よ、ありのままのお前でいれば同時にお前の望み。
いちいち俺たちって言い直さなくてもよくね？
Kurisu, unable to calm down after learning the truth, starts touching her own face in the mirror and checking her hair in her pocket mirror.
あたふたしているなクリスティーナ。自分よりずっと。
認めるわ。私は彼女、じゃなくて彼に比べれば乱暴な言葉遣いだし、これってショックで3日は寝込むレベルよ。
Looks like she's seriously depressed.
クリスちゃんも可愛いよ。
フォローはいらない。ますます惨めになるから。
己の欠点を顧みることができる人間はいずれ強くなる。クリスティーナよ、
あんたに説教される言われはな。
前言撤回だ。己の欠点すら顧みようとし。
うるさい、あんたが言うな。
ごめんなさ
It's a light novel.
い。変なこと言ったせいで。
Really? Is the original a light novel or the visual novel game? Actually. Oreimo? Oh, okay. Oh, that reference. Let's see. Oreimo. So my little sister? I see. Lukaku bows his head for some reason. His eyes are red and puffy. With such a cute boy on the verge of tears, Kurisu and I have no choice but to stop arguing.
さて僕の愛用のデジ。
おもむろに撮影会の準備を始めるな、変態。
先生、ローアングラーになりたいです。
But still, it was just a whim to ask for Lukaku's wish. I hardly expected this to happen. Oremo was originally a light novel. I see. It has a PSPVN visual novel. I see. So that's how Lukaku thinks of himself.
しかしルカ子よ、
Thank you.
その望みどこまで本気なのだ？
If he's truly desperate, then having a sex change operation is probably the best way to go. Judging by his current looks, Lukaku could definitely become the star of Tokyo's LGBT community. No, screw that. He could even become a TV personality.
例えば夜眠りについて朝目覚めたら女の子になっていた。夢見すぎ。
Stop it with those puppy dog eyes. Are you that chihuahua from a certain popular commercial?
ルカク。So cute.
It looks like Kurisu's been struck by Lukaku's cuteness too. The skimpy costume he's wearing isn't helping. It's like dunking your brain in a vat of pure MOE, then you die. The scary part is that afterwards, you feel an irresistible urge to grant Lukaku's every wish. But just as Lukaku said, it's going to be hard to find a nice, clean solution to his problem. And then, Kurisu clears her throat.
そういえば聞いたことがあるんだ。
解説セリフきた。
お肉をたくさん食べれば男の子を、野菜をたくさん食べれば女の子を産むことができるっていう俗説があるら
are
しい。
not about to tell me we're gonna send a mail to Lukaku's father, however, like 16 years ago, and tell the wife to eat more vegetables. If that is the next part of what's gonna happen, I'm actually done.
ソースは民命勝負。
インターネットで見た。
そういう返しをするとは。
何のこと？
Anyway, it sounds like an old wives' tale.
マユシーのママもクリスちゃんのママも
Only
た
Mayuri's
くさんお野
impressed.
菜食べ、マユシーはジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンばっかり食べてるから。ねえねえ、バナナはお野菜に含まれると思う？
Mayuri's full of questions. I'll leave her to them.
それなら狩猟で暮らしていた原始人たちはどうなるのだ。そうなれば人類がここまで繁栄でき、
別にそれが正しい。なんとなく思い出しただけよ。
俺は噛みついてなどいない。
どういうこと？
思い出せ。
Aw,
俺たちの手に
goddamn.
は
I knew they were
電
gonna
話レン
come
ジ
to
カッコ
this.
仮があるではないか。
I knew they were gonna come to this,
電
bro.
話レンジちゃん？チーンってしたら
No way in
男
hell.
の子。
いや、
Looks like Kurisu's got it. They don't call her a genius for nothing.
漆原さんのお母さんが妊娠中。
いかにも野菜をもっとたくさん食べ
Lukaku,
ろ
who doesn't
と
know
いう
what
内容
details
でな。
are, and Mayuri, who's just a little dumb, tilt their heads in confusion at the same time.
やってみる価値はあると思わない。
それは
I knew this was gonna happen, bro.
今さら偽善で取り繕おうとするなよクリスティーナ。
誰が実験大好きっ子だ。
違うのか。
違わないけれども。
That settles it.
ちょい待ち。
どうするとは。
だってルカ氏の、
それがルカ子の望みだろ。
いやそうだけど、もし性別が変わったらルカ氏、それについて誰？
それは
責任は。
Lukaku raises his hand timidly.
マジで言ってる？
よくわからないんですけど、だったら試しどうかお願いします。師
He
匠。
bows his head to me.
マユリ、お前の意見は。
ルカちゃんはマユシーの。それとこれと話が。
At any rate, it doesn't look like Mayuri has any objections.
決まりだな。電話レンジカッコ仮は我がラボの最重要機密事項だ。
僕このラボのそうだったの？言い出す勇気がなくて。
Bro actually wants to be part of this
それに僕。
goofy mess.
そんなこと気にしなくていいんだよ。
That's not something to be proud of,
マユ
Mayuri.
シー。
ではルカ子は今この時よりラボメン。
はーい。
Kurisu raises her hand.
私ラボメンナンバー004を返上したいので代わりに漆。
却下だ。他には。
はあ、
Mayuri and Daru asks what happened to 005, but I ignore them. Moika will always be 005 in my heart. No other objections emerge, all members are in favor.
ではルカ子はラボメンナンバー006となる。
Okay.
さて
Now then, let's
という
start.
ことで
Wait, I
早速
suddenly
実
realized
験を。
something that makes me smack my forehead in dismay.
始まった。ルカ子は今16歳だったな。つまり1993年生まれ。
そうだよ。マユシーと同い年
In
なの
order
で
to
す。
tell Lukako's mother to eat a lot of
それがどう
vegetables,
したの？
we need to send an email to 10 months before Lukaku was born, meaning we'd have to send it to 1992.
携帯が日本で普及し始めたのはいつだ。
Looks like Kurisu and Daru figured it out. Daru goes to Google it.
96年ぐらいっぽい。メール機能が実装されるの
Yeah,
は
so that
さ
won't
ら
be
に遅いか
possible.
も。
つまりルカ子の生まれた年の時点ではルカ子の母親も持っていない可能性がある。
そ
Lukaku's face darkens. I fold my arms and thought. Some way to receive the email in an era which cell phones weren't widespread.
こうなったら毒電波を飛ばせるよう改造する。
何よ毒電波。
ちょっとヤバい人たちだけがユンユンと受信できるんだ。
毒されてるのはあんたの脳みそだろ。
いいよ、もっと罵って。
だったら
What?
手紙をタイムカプセルに。
それじゃあ過去じゃなくて。
そっか。
こうなったらあれだ。ルカ氏が雷に打たれるとか、それで性別。
D メールを使わなきゃ実験の意味ないでしょ。
じゃあクリスちゃんの。
私？そうね。 高速を事情倍ほど上回るロケ。
自分だって電話レンジのことね。
しかもこの天才少女め、今自ら。
単なる冗談でしょ。
まったく
Mathscape.
どいつも
Yeah.
こいつも使えないな。
No, literally, why are they all actually so useless?
だったら自称 IQ170 の灰色。
ふむ。
ひらめけの精神だな。
The sensation. Yes. My natural math scientist inspiration is about to explode.
思いついた。
All eyes focused on me. With a broad grin, I proclaim.
携帯がなければポケベルに送ればいいじゃない。
What's a pager? About 22 hours have passed since I made my mind-blowingly awesome proclamation.
こんにちは。
Luca enters the lab shyly, just as he did yesterday. He gives me a bashful smile when our eyes meet.
お母さん、ポケベルを持ってました。ああ、よっ。
これで前に進めるわね。
ルカシ女の子バージョンか。燃えるの
Meyer,
確
Krisu,
定。
and Dara are already on standby. Sending a D-mail to a pager. Yesterday, we argued about whether that was possible or not, and we eventually decided on probably. Data is data, after all. The rest depends on the pager radio wave station 8 years ago, but it should be fine as long as our data gets through safely. We already Googled how to send data to a pager. For the pagers back then, you would need to first enter the other person's pager number, and then, if in the contour region, enter *2*2. After that, you would enter the numbers to send. That's how it worked, apparently. Pagers in 1992 could only send numbers. Phone number display functions were also yet to be implemented, so your number was hidden from the other person by default. A few years after that, pagers started to implement Japanese character displays, enabling functionality similar to that of an email. Therefore, the D-mail Lukaku is about to send, it's technically not a mail, though it has to be sent in numerical form. Naturally, I have a conversion table for that on hand. Pager's a temporary communication thing, I see. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like, what? Imagine like some code comes to you from the future and is like, eat more vegetables. Like, why would you listen to that? You can find information even from 18 years ago if you just Google it. I was pretty worried by the lack of information on pagers at first, but that's my little secret.
漆原さん、あとは過去の。
自分の夢を叶えたいなら自分自身で道を切り開くがいい。
わかりました。
We explained to Lukaku the functions of the phone wave. The numbers we're sending are 1-byte characters, so we can send 36 of them. Ferris?
Signs of increasing misfortune. Oh no, he escaped, yeah? If we don't find him and kill him, misfortune will fall upon Akiba, yeah? His name is the End of Tutorial. He's small and nimble, and he cries choo-choo, yeah? Come here quick, Ferris needs your help.
Who's he? A rat? What kind of cat girl is afraid of rats? You disappoint me, Ferris. Ferris, Nyan Nyan. I can help, but it won't be cheap. Yup, I agree. Give me that money, bro. The pager's numbers to letter conversation system uses 2 numbers to correspond to 1 Japanese character. So we only have, what? 36 divided by 2. I can't math right now. What is 36 divided by 2? 15 plus 3. 18 characters. That's nothing. Furthermore, since you need to input *2*2, that means you can only send 16 hiragana characters. Lukaku's understanding everything. Taking out of a notebook, begins to write drafts for the pager message. I showed Lukaku the site I found. It reads pager, number, and letter conversion. Pager typing is commonly known as two-touch typing or pager input. It's somewhat different from the cell phone input. You choose the consonant and then input the vowel. The consonants A, K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, R, W. The vowels are A. Okay, I know that. Basically, to put ke, you need to press 2 to put the consonant K and then press 4 for the vowel E.
結構めんどいな。僕はてっきり
どうして831
831で野菜じゃん上皇。野菜野菜野菜っての。
そんなメッセージではいたずら扱いされるだけだ。
A big part is that the receiver of the message has to actually listen to it.
だったら
一応聞いてやるが、
肉
Okay, well, how's that gonna help?
肉好きにさせてどうする。
違うよ、それだけ肉
R はねえよ。
Lukaku completes his composition while we speak our nonsense.
こういう内容で母さん野菜をたくさん食べてね。
そのまま過ぎじゃね。
冒頭の母さんは不要だろ
じゃあ野菜を
ひねりすぎるのもね。
野菜食べると元気な。
ちょい待ち。この変換表によると濁点もその文章だと半角4文字。
う。ならば少し改変だ。野菜食うと元気な子を埋めるでどうだ。
Big brain.
言い方が下品じゃない？相手は漆原。
ならば代案を出してもらおうか。
Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and says no more. Then it's settled.
じゃあ早速打ってみようよ。
When sending to a pager, the number encoded message is handled like a telephone number, so we entered the input into the X68000. That's what we're sending, basically. The long, random-looking string of numbers is complete.
よし、準備万端 OK
Now
だ
we。just activate the phone wave and have Lukaku call. The microwave timer is set to 154152 seconds. It should arrive around January 1st, 1993. The margin of error is around 1 to 3 days, I guess. Leap year calculation's a pain, so I ignored it. 154152 seconds. How long is that? 154152 seconds to days? 1.8 days to send. That is, for reference, 42 hours. Okay. Lukaku's slender finger starts to tremble on the enter button.
いいか。起動するぞ。
Lukaku looks up at me with tears in his eyes, then nods faintly. But the thing is, like, every single thing we've sent to the past has to occur within that, like, what, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m., like, time frame? But if this sending thing takes, like, 42 hours, is that gonna work? The discharge phenomenon soon occurs. Lukaku flinches and takes a step back, but then I see determination flare in his eyes. He sets his jaw and pushes the enter button. Oh wait, what? It happened already? Oh wait, yeah, the actual microwave thing doesn't, like, do anything after. A wave of dizziness hits me again. I place a hand on the table to support myself. The dizziness slowly fades. Little by little, color returns to the world. Reading Steiner activated again. Did the world line change? I look around the room. Unlike what happened with Moeka, Lukaku is still here. He blushes when he notices my stare.
岡部さん。
I fold my arms and tilt my head. Lukaku's appearance hasn't changed one bit. I'm paying particular attention to his chest. Okay, I get that. He's a guy and it's natural for him to have no breasts, but if he's a girl now, that's a different story. The waist, the washboard, that washboard isn't a tiny breast level, it's no breast level.
これは失
So the
敗
eat lots of
か。
vegetables to give birth to a girl thing Kurisu talked about was nothing but fringe science. What kind of scientist believes such a flimsy theory anyway?
失敗って何が？
Everyone, including Lukaku, looks at me in confusion.
何って。お前たち揃いも揃ってボケているのか。たった今
I
この
slapped the
電話
hand
レ
over
ンジ
my
カッ
mouth
コ
as
仮
soon as
で
we start talking. That was careless of me. As our previous experiment proved, the activation of reading Steiner means that the world line has changed and I'm the only one who carries his memories through the change. Nobody else here knows what we did.
いやなんでもない。
Afterward, Mayuri and Lukaku happily go out shopping for lunch at a neighborhood convenience store.
クリスティーナよ、一つ聞きたいのだが。
今度はどんな変態的行為を考えてるんだ。
変態コンビじゃねえ。
どうでもいい。
Damn, I can't ask now. It's really annoying that no one remembers. I don't want to think about how Kurisu might react if I suddenly ask, is Lukaku a girl? I should wait until I can get Lukaku alone, then check. Okay, that sounds really weird. But considering how his appearance hasn't changed at all, it's very likely that the sex change failed. In that case, what did Lukaku's D-mail change? It's just like the Moeka experiment. The result is different from what we expected. The problem is that we have no control. After I leave the lab, I head to May Queen plus Nyan Square to think. Daru sits in front of me, waiting impatiently for Ferris to bring our order.
誰よ。
すごいよな。
すごくないと思った理由。
フェイリスタンとのライネット勝負の結果を改変できなかった
No,
を
that's a selfish reason.
何度かの実験で分かったが、運の要素が絡んでくるのは装置としては欠陥だ。もっと送り手側がコントロールできるようにな
For
らなければ、
starters, there's the problem of how I'm the
実用
only
性
one
が
who
低いまま
recognized
の
the
ガラクタに終わ
changes.
る。
Mayuri. Sengoku cosplay.
So, you want to cosplay as a warrior from the Sengoku period? Alrighty, Mayushi will work extra hard to have something for winter Kamima. I know you'll be popular with the girls. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Mayuri, don't tell me you plan to sell me out to the enemy. Wait, when did I say I'd cosplay? Did you email the wrong person? Yeah. Okay. Without my special power, we wouldn't even be able to check the results of the experiment. Ridiculous.
確かに結果出てないよな。
保留中だ。
Although it was Luku's mistake that cost us the prize, he wouldn't have been in a position to make that mistake if it hadn't asked him to buy the ticket in my stead. Why did I do that? It's as if Staingates guided the money away from my grasp. No, I need to think positive.
この法院京馬ともあろう男が。
言葉の意味はわからんが。
あの電話レンジカッコ仮で、ゆくゆくは人間を。それも。
それが。
Ferris. Ferris is standing right next to me. Where the hell did you come from?
おのれフェイリス。
何言ってるのにゃ。京馬の声が大きすぎて店中に響き渡ってたにゃ。
No. Once again, I leaked classified information concerning the future of mankind.
アイスコーヒーとアイスティーと猫まんまお待たせしましたにゃ。
Daru's order of cat food is one of this maid cafe's specialties. It's not the usual miso over rice, but a stylish risotto instead. It's one of Daru's favorites, actually. It's pretty tasty. Daru places the iced coffee in front of me.
ミルクとガムシロは入れますかにゃ。
断る。
そんな京馬には全部入れちゃうにゃ。脳には適度な糖分が必要にゃ。
Despite my refusal, Ferris pours all of the milk and syrup into my glass.
にゃんにゃん。
Then, speaking some nonsense incantation, she mixes my iced coffee with a straw, and the whole time she stares straight into my eyes.
出た。これぞフェイリスタンの秘技。目を見て混ぜ混ぜだ。
Daru starts explaining in excitement.
普通ならドリンクをこぼさないようにするだけでも大変なはずなのに、この秘技によりフェイリスタンはメイクインにおける人気ナンバーワンメイドとして君臨しているのだ。
The iced coffee in the glass changes from black to brown. Damn, she's dragging me into her pace again. Next, Ferris performs the same secret technique on Daru.
フェイリスタン、ありがとうございます。おいしくいただきます。
Such a polite man. Yeah, you sure about that? I take a sip of my iced coffee. Its bitterness and sweetness flows down my throat. When I look up, I see Ferris standing next to me, her silver tray in front of her waist.
なんだ。
続きを聞かせるにゃ。京馬とダルにゃ面白そうなお話してたにゃ。タイムフェイリスとっても聞きたいにゃ。
She gives me a babyish look with upturned eyes. But I firmly reject her.
極秘事項だ。
さっき店中に響き渡るぐらい大声で話してた
I low-key
のは
love
どこ
Ferris,
の誰にゃ。
だ、
ダルにゃ。フェイリスに教えてほしいにゃ。
She's targeting Daru now. Don't underestimate him, Ferris Nyan Nyan. Daru is my most trustworthy right-hand man, the wizard-class super hacker. He won't be tricked into divulging class. He absolutely would.
実はメールを過去に送れるっていうすげえマシンを作ったんだお。主に僕が。
Unspoken. Women are scary.
それって
そういうことになるかな。
タイムマシ を作ったなんてすっごいにゃ。フェイリスはダルニャンの頭の良さにキュンキュンしそうだにゃ。
マジで困ったな。うえ。
Dumbass. What's with that grin?
フェイリスはタイムマシンに乗って時間旅行。
僕がいつか連れ
だる安請け合いするな。
ところで昔から疑問だったんやけど、
何？
よく時間を川に例えて過去、でも本当にそうなのかにゃ。
I love Ferris. Dude, she actually thinks. She's so cute.
もし川の流れだとして過去と未来に挟まれた現在はどこにあるのにゃ。
そういえば漠然とイメージはあるけど、
現在は川の上に浮かぶ葉っぱだ。
そんじゃその葉っぱに全ての人間が乗ってる。
そういうことだろう。その葉っぱのある地点より川の上。
ふにゃー。その葉っぱは人間にとっての現在にゃ。
というと？
人間が時間に単位を作って観測してるから葉っぱは現在。例えば全宇宙すべての生き物が絶滅しちゃった世界だと現在を観測で、その場合どこが現在になるのにゃ。
神様とか宇宙の意志とかが観測する。
じゃあもしその神様が4次元的存在だとしたら過去にも未来にも自由に生きることに。
お
その神様の現在が基準になるならフェイリスたちの現在も過去方向に行ったり未来方向に行ったりしないとおかしいにゃ。
Why is Ferris so big-brained? Low-key, like, why is she asking all the right questions? Like, actually kick out all of our lab members and replace Ferris with her, with them, bro. Like, actually.
つまり現在は観測。
もしそうなら過去と未来も主観。もしタイムマシンでフェイリスが1週間前にタイムトラベルしたとしたら京馬やダルニャンの現在とフェイリ。
そういえばそうだ。
だとしたらそのズレは葉っぱだとどうやって表現するのにゃ。
Neither Daru or I have an answer to that. Perhaps nobody has an answer, just like the collapse of casualty thing that Kurisu mentioned. Does that mean that time machines and time travel are impossible after all? But certain jellified test subjects physically traveled as far back as 1921.
そもそも観測者の主観に委ねられるなら時計は関係なくなっちゃうのにゃ。楽しい時間は早く過ぎるし辛い時は時間が過ぎるのが遅く感じるにゃ。
そういえばさ、年を取るにつれて時間。
ジャネの法則だ
Oh,
な。
that has a word. I remember thinking about this. I was like, as you get older, it feels like time goes by faster. So apparently it's called Janet's Law?
とまあフェイリスはたまにそんなことを考えてるのにゃ。
考えれば考えるほどこんがらがって
The
きた
strict
わな。
definition of time, similar to the question of where is the self, is one of humanity's eternal questions. Countless renowned scholars have left this question unanswered. There's no way amateurs like us can answer it, but there's one thing I can do.
にゃにゃ。
案ずるな。俺たちが開発するタイムマシンはそういう哲学。
そういうこと。
にゃー、開き直っちゃったにゃ。でもダルニャンたちの作ったタイムマシンフェイリスも使ってみたいにゃ。ダメ。
まあ僕の権限ならフェイリスタンにも使わせてあげなくもないよ。
ほんとかにゃ。約束だにゃ。
だる勝手なことをほざくな。
Ferris springs up with joy and hugs Daru's. Okay. That's all it takes to make Daru look like he's died and gone to heaven. After killing some time at the May Queen, I leave Daru and head back to the lab. The only person's there, and it's Mayuri. She's working on a costume. Okay. So...
マユリよ、今のお前の姿はまるで内職で夜鍋しているようだぞ。
夜鍋って何？夜にお鍋を食べるの？
This girl. Sigh. Kids these days.
ちなみにね、マユシーはコスでお金は取らない
Bro, it's
主義
just
なの
actually
で。
free exploited child labor, huh? Okay. Seems like she understood the rest of what I said. It was just a joke. Anyway.
趣味は趣味のままがいいもん。
将来は服飾デザイナーにでもなるのか？
Come to think of it, Mayuri has never talked about her future.
それは無理だ。
だったら将来の夢は何だ？
マヨシーはとりあえずね。
何？生涯ラボメン宣言か？
ねえねえオカリン、ラボメン6人になったね。
She's so
こ
cute.
んなに増えるなんてね、マヨシーは思ってもなかったよ。
That's a sudden change in topic, and for some reason she is puffing her chest out in pride.
マヨシーが人質になったかい。
いいな。断じていいなだ。
そういう言い方は良くない？
あ、そうだったな。お前は自分からこのラボに来たのだった。
She joined the lab without my ever asking. When she appeared in the doorway and offered to join, I thought she was a goddess sent from heaven.
オカリンはこれからもマヨシーのこと人質にしておいてくれる？
Is that a joke or a serious question? I can't tell.
お前は人質のままでいたいのか？
Mayuri drops the costume in her hand, and then she smiles shyly.
痛いか
なんというド M な娘だ。お前がそんなはしたない女だったとは思わなかったぞ。
も。だって人質でいればね。
そうか。
She's so cute. Sometimes Mayuri throws me off my game. But if that's her reason for staying at the lab, then I'm happy.
そろそろマヨシーは帰るね。
Mayuri stands up and starts putting away her various sewing tools.
マヨリ、帰りがけに何か食っていくか？おごるぞ。
Oh, this is so cute.
本当？どうしたの？じゃあね、あそこのメンチカツはね、神なのです。
She'll get no argument from me.
任せるがいい。
わーい、オカリン大好き。マヨシーはとっても
At
幸
least she's
せ
easy to
だ
please.
よ。
Mayuri and I head to Kitchen Jiro. After that, I'll see her safely to the station. I think I'm gonna end it here, actually. It's like, this chapter is really long, but I think I'm gonna end it here because it's been a long playthrough and we'll pick this up next time. Luckily, I think I have enough save spots, so I don't think there's like 60 chapters or 48 chapters to this game, so like I think we're fine. But yeah, we're still on the fourth chapter, but we will continue this another time. So thank you for sticking around, and I will see you in another stream. Bye.